All right, welcome to Dark. I'm your host, Bradley Geyser. It's beautiful here. This is Tim Mack. And Tim.
It's finished our first preseason game that we're able to watch on a legal. Some things to take away, as there is a game. Some good, some bad, some ugly. As Akis excited about the prospects of this.
Yeah, well, so what are your initial thoughts on this game tonight? Did it make you ready for the season? Everything's good?
You know, the familiar warmth of disappointment after a quarter or two slowly settled in as a Kings fan. Some things that were good. Boogie looks like the best center in the NBA, as we all know he is.
Not according to the GMs. He was playing against the...
Yeah, well, we'll look at their stats on DeAndre Jordan. Not quite as productive as Boogie tonight. Jordan had 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Boogie had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Not much comparison there. But Boogie's definitely a top 10 player in the NBA. Everyone else looked really sketchy at best. I'm really liking Tolliver's game. Even though he shot poorly tonight, he didn't hit a shot. Still pulled down 8 rebounds, which is important. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything you're saying. Rudy Gay looked extremely rough out there. Omri Caspi looked rough. Had a couple Willie Cauley-Stein moments I liked, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But at the moment, I know I said, ooh, I like that. I think he finished with 8 boards. I feel like once he gets into his role, he'll look a little better. I'm a big Willie Cauley-Stein fan. I really like that Collison-Ty Lawson duo. I think if that can develop, if that even gets a chance to develop, according to rumors, that could be a fun thing. But I'm not afraid if Ty Lawson has everything together. I'm not afraid to give him this team the first 8 games. I've liked what I've seen so far.
Agreed. Actually, there is a tweet that just released. Ty Lawson tells the media he met with the coaches in front office and says everything's cool. So my assumption is that he'll be on the roster going forward. Lawson looks solid. Collison is fine. We know Collison's going to be fine. He only played 15 minutes. Garrett Temple's not a point guard.
Yeah.
The shoot.
I don't think you're going out on a limb there. I really like Garrett Temple, and I think it was a good signing. But yeah, he's a shooting guard. He's a bench shooting guard. He's not meant to be a point guard. I would rather, even though I like Garrett Temple more as a player, I would rather have him. I would rather have Jordan Farmer, than have him playing the point guard. Sorry, I lost myself in my own thoughts there.
They were so deep, right?
I know.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like.
Temple is a nice player. I don't even know if he'll be in the rotation, frankly. We have too many similarly talented players where I have no idea what the rotation is going to look like. But Temple looks so uncomfortable running the point guard position. It's uncomfortable to watch him being so uncomfortable. He brings the ball up slowly. He has a high dribble. He doesn't get into the offense quickly, which is kind of what this offense is all about, is cutting, setting picks away from the ball, and making quick decisions, and you could just see him hesitating. I don't know how much worse it would be to run Rudy Gay or Ben McLemore at the point guard than it is at Garrett Temple. It's that subpar.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Ben McLemore right now? Like, he's not a rookie anymore. He's really entering to where he should come into his own. What do you think we're going to see from him this year?
I think we'll see the same Ben McLemore we've basically seen the last 3 years, if it's been that long. Tonight he put up 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, which to his stat line, that's a good game. Defensively, he lost J.J. Redick probably 4 or 5 times in the first quarter, but he was putting in effort, and you never really question the guy's effort. He has the best-looking worst shot I've ever seen.
Oh, his shot's beautiful, and I know you aren't in Sacramento. Have you ever seen it in person? Like, if you looked gorgeous in person and you didn't know who he was, you would swear he was a great shooter who was having an off night. But I still don't get it. I'm a Ben McLemore fan, but like, I'm hanging on by a thread as far as if I have faith in this guy because I feel like it's all there, but it just doesn't come together.
It's got to be mental at this point. He's had three
That's
years where, and the crazy thing to me is every year I am doing some sort of a review on the season to myself where I'm looking back at stats, and he always has a decent 3 point shooting percentage. But when the moment seems to count, when we need that big three, that's when it doesn't go in.
and what I think the problem is, yeah, is it isn't necessarily that he can't make a shot. It's he'll score 8, 10 points in a quarter, and then shoot one more time.
Yeah.
Which some of the times it wasn't his fault. I will say it was. We didn't have a system, and he would fade into the back. But the other part of my brain says he needs to assert himself more.
And my question too is, we always hear reports about how hard of a worker he is, how coachable he is. Why has his dribble not improved in
Yeah.
3 years?
He had.
That hard of a work.
I don't know. Did that pass to Ty Lawson in the corner count as an assist?
He had actually a couple of nice passes throughout the game.
Do you know
in
the one
first
I'm talking
quarter.
about?
Yeah, but beyond that, just you can see him thinking. And when
Yeah.
I see that in a player, even when I'm helping the high school guys out or whatever, it's not a good sign because that means they don't have a natural instinct for the game, and players either have it or they don't. I don't think he has it. Doesn't mean he can't play in the NBA, but if we trade him throughout the season for a decent asset